Jesus will.
On a beautiful late summer afternoon for football, we welcome you to Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Denver Broncos. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. On the run, here's Anthony McFarland. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now Jackson. That one caught by the rookie Chase Claypool. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Brings up. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Trying to power it ahead with Watt. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
On 1st down, McFarland. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to launch this thing way down, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Jackson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Block and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Steven Nelson on the
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Block going to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsay. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 43-yard line.
Second and 11. From the gun, it's Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A run with Lindsay out of the gun. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now, to be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. They look to throw. It's Locke. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. To throw it is Locke. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos.
Touchdown.
Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's McFarland, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
With the score.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Jackson. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they've got him well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Now the 3rd-year man from NC State, it's Jalen Samuels. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
A 7-yard.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill. First carry for James Conner.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot. He picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Jackson on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
K.J. Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Broncos.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Block working out of the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Here's second and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. Again, they'll throw with Locke. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Locke looks to throw it again. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Brandon McManus lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Check 26, check 26. No.
Running with McFarland. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
2-yard loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Jackson from the shotgun. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Block on the give, it's Lindsey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards, a 1st down.
I know people see Philip Lindsey's role in Denver is changing a bit with the arrival of Melvin Gordon, but I think Gordon's going to be more of an enhancement for Lindsey. Maybe he won't carry it as often, but now he'll be much more effective as a two-headed monster in the backfield. Both of them can run it inside, get to the perimeter, and catch the ball in the backfield and move the sticks.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On play action, Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That catch good for only a couple.
Brings up 2nd.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Completion here to Claypool. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now Jackson on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Steven Nelson on the tackle. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Heinz Field has always been a tough place for field goal kickers. It's just a very heavy side. Plus, you've got an open end of the field with wind coming off the Allegheny. And sure enough, he kind of chunks this one, and it's no good.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Second down and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Slam. Jump.
From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 7.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking deep here for Ebron. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out. Out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Locke taking the snap at 1. Dancing to his left. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. From the gun, Locke. He'll find Lindsey here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Broncos.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Eight yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Edmonds on the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Now, 3rd and 5.
Now this time, Locke will throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. McFarland. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Good.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
The Steelers were last in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage a season ago, down around 35%. It's 1st and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, McFarland. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Anthony McFarland with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. To throw again. Lock. Flush to his right. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Switzer, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They begin the drive with McFarland. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Broncos' 46-yard line.
Again, McFarland. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Push him back. Push him back. 49. 49 the mark. 49 the mark. You must be dreaming. Sponge. 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 No, no, no.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Smith-Schuster.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
48. 48.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. Ebron's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, McFarland. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Play. 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Ben Roethlisberger.
You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On third down, here's McFarland. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it. They're happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Another run by Lindsey. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Every year we spend a lot of time and money evaluating the top prospects for the NFL draft. How about when we all get fortunate and see a guy like Phillip Lindsay, an undrafted free agent, who had 1,000 yards rushing his first 2 years in the NFL. Can run between the tackles, run with power, and catch the ball in the backfield.
Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyson Alualu. Able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Denver.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He was brought down.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth-quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Trying to get the first with Samuels, and he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Again, it's Connor. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
He was brought down by...
And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
49 the mark, 49 the mark. I'm going back to you.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Take these bands to the bank, let them rock it. So much stress on me, I wish I had
Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Returning it, here's Hamler. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right down the middle. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. First throw of overtime for Locke. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Blocked. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Block and Sutton on the connection there for a Denver first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation...
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Mika Fitzpatrick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
On first down, McFarland. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now what can Roethlisberger do here in overtime? Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
First down, McFarland. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. McFarland once more. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He was brought down.
And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. On 3rd down, it's Connor. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And that is no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. Block working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 5 yards to go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So into overtime and all the way to the end of overtime, they have a chance to win it. Couldn't convert on the field goal, and we end in the very rare tie.
Don't see it very often. We did discuss it as we began overtime that because it's a regular season game, we're going to play that last quarter. And if no one scores or however, if it finishes in a tie, that's it. But boy, how bad do you feel for him? The opportunity to win it with a field goal at the end, and it doesn't go through the pipes.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner.